Are you stupid or something? You probably are, and buddy, that's alright. You're in the right place to learn some stuff, so stick around and you just might. My name is Notme, and I'll be asking some Q's, and at the end you'll be riddled with A's. You might score real high, but even if not, you'll sure be glad you played. If you're looking for prizes, just move along, there's no money for you to earn. You win by trying and doing your best, your prize is the stuff you learn. If you want to be an artiste, you have to know all you can about the world of art. So engage with this quiz, and at the end you'll say, I am smart.
I am not me. I am art. And I am welcoming you indeed, to I Am Smart, the quiz where people look to improve their art, their lives, and their selves through learning and earn the right to say, yeah, baby, I am smart. The format of this quiz, very simple, very straightforward. 3 rounds of questions for your brain, 3 musings for your imaginosphere, and a 2-point bonus round at the end. We've got 20 points overall. That's what's on offer. That's what's on offer today. 20 points max. Nobody's got it yet. All you're going to need for this quiz, something to write with, pen, something to write on, perhaps the empty packet from some Tony's Chocolonely hazelnut, which is green, so it kind of flows into the green screen. That's not ideal, but you won't be using green screen, so it's all fine. A brain for thinking and an imaginosphere. Ooh, early emote work from Nana. Thank you so much. An imaginosphere for imagining. Optional is a beverage, because whilst it's got absolutely nothing to do with the actual quiz, we do like to kick things off with a toast. And today's toast, can I say, is a very special one, because it's something that we used to do in the most week show days. Yeah, but not since. And my word, I have to say, I miss it. Yeah, I miss it a lot. So here we go. To Monkey Pigsy Funk. Your enthusiastic presence, your creative musings that are sometimes so creative they border on the unfathomable, and your support of your fellow Smarties brighten up my day. And I am very, very glad that you are both a now body and a Smartie. To Monkey Pigsy Funk. Can we have this? Here's a question, though. Here's a question. Why does MPF get a shout out? Huh? Why does MPF get a shout out? Well, it's because I believe, and again, let me know if I'm wrong, because if I am, then this has all gone rather poorly. I believe this week it was your birthday, Monkey Pixie Funk. Was it not? Could you confirm that and give us an age whilst I go and source something that's just going to make this whole thing go with a little bit of a bang? Birthday? It certainly was. Big 50, the big 50. It's the big 50. So much birthday, says Maple Panda. Lovely. Well, cheers to 50, says Nana. Absolutely. What we can do, though, of course, let's get some celebratory emotes ready, certainly. And I would ask that you join me in a little bit of a song. Old, long-time viewers will remember this one. Newer ones, maybe not so much, but if we can get, I need to go quite far back, don't I? If we can get some people singing this, I genuinely feel like there's no greater birthday gift that we can have than genuinely people all around the world. You don't necessarily need to sing it, but just saying these words out loud when we are together in spirit and digital space, but physically we are very much on our own. So to get lots of people saying these words, or singing these words ideally, I mean, what a birthday gift it is. Okay? So, Let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can remember the tune. Happy birthday, I'm sending lots of cheer. You found a way to somehow survive another year. Your loved ones will be with you, but they don't get a say in anything you want to do, 'cause it's your special day. Whoa! Happy birthday! Monkey Pixie Funk! Excellent, excellent, excellent. Gosh, what a celebration. What a celebration. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. The big 5-0. Congratulations, Monkey Pixie Funk. Thank you so much for being a viewer, being a fan. It speaks to your good taste. Oh, Maple Panda just cannot stop themselves with this emote work. SJBX72 with some lovely stuff. Counting Sheep 222, wonderful. TB getting involved. Nana Hobbob getting involved. Monkey Pixie Funk themselves dropping in a little bit. AOL Time Warner Official, lovely to see you getting involved. I just love an emote. Who doesn't? They bounce around the screen so gaily. Okay. Now we've got that out of the way, my goodness. Hello, Smarties. Hello, Smarties, indeed. What a quiz we have for you today. High point scorer last time was as per, definitely. So definitely gets to choose one of the rounds that we're playing this week. But what rounds do you have to choose from, definitely? We have got, of course, very simply, Usy Choose, Order, Alphabart, Iconic Art, I Know That Voice, Red Herring, Gimme 5, Nart, Look Close, and a Grammar Ding Dong. Yay or nay, or Spotlight. Whichever you wish. Nana Hobbit. No, definitely. Definitely not due to so consistently good. Absolutely, Maple. Absolutely, one of the big consistencies of this quiz has been definitely consistently high point scoring. Gimme 5, please. Definitely goes to Gimme 5. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. So we've still got some great rounds to choose from. We're definitely doing a Gimme 5, but we could be doing any number of the other ones. Well, 2. Let's be clear. So let's pick some rounds, guys. Let's pick some rounds. Let's have some fun. Wait, what am I doing? What am I doing? No, I know what I'm doing. Let's pick. Rarest. Am I going? Is it on? The rarest of rare achievements. I picked the Gimme 5. It's only a 1 out of 12 chance that would happen. What's that, like 2%? But these are our 3 rounds, guys. These are our 3 rounds. Not the most necessarily mediatastic audio-visual rounds, but that does make it better for me because they're easier to write. We've got a Gimme 5, we've got a Red Herring, we've got an Alphabart. Let's have a little look, a little look-see. Let's get that chat box back up just in case anybody has anything wonderful that they'd like to say. So what do we say? We said a gimme 5. That's interesting. That's quite an open-ended musing. Red herring. Oh, that's kind of tricky. Oh, that's quite fun though. That's quite a fun. Yeah. And then what was the third one? Alphabet. Was it Alphabet or iconic art? Alphabet, wasn't it? Alphabet. Yep. Maybe we'll start with that. We'll just ease in. Nana Hobart, I feel like I could be the big prize winner this week, given that the prize is the stuff you learn. Exactly. I mean, that's you've really hit on something magical there. If I could just take some of this out of my eyes, because it does make it a little bit tricky, and just place it onto the microphone thusly. Yeah, I mean, that is the prize that you win. Obviously, we've got more of a, you have to have the high point score. You have to have that kind of more tangible incentive. But ultimately, everybody that learns things on this quiz, they are a big winner. Yeah. You've got that knowledge, and that is yours to take home with you. Yeah. Nobody can take that away from you. Let's take that off. Oh, yeah, that works really nicely, actually. That's really nice. I like that a lot. So let's start off. Let's go for a little bitty bit of alphabet. Alphabet. Guys, at some point, we just need to comprehensively go through all art, don't we? We just need to do it all. The whole thing, top to bottom. The whole kit and caboodle. And what better way than alphabetically, okay? This round, we are looking at the letter I. Gosh, we've got through it all quite a lot, haven't we? I feel like we're moving into like the middle third, the second act of the alphabet when we get to I. Gosh, we've made some progress. And because this is the letter I round, it means that this round is going to be incredible. That's how it works. For any newbies, I don't think there are any out there, but you never know in this game. You never know. Alphabet, there we go. There's some information for you in the chat. Let's just get straight into it, guys. Let's get straight into it. I'm quite spent physically and emotionally from that birthday greeting, so let's just push on. Question number 1. Monet, Manet, Sisley, Renoir, and Degas are some of the most famous practitioners of which 19th century painting movement? It's Monet, it's Manet, it's Sisley, it's Renoir, and it's Degas. Remember all of these answers beginning with I. That's lowercase. Or just, you can write I however you wish. Question number 2. What's the real name of TV's The Crocodile Hunter? Which should be, of course, what was the real name of TV's The Crocodile Hunter? Tragically, of course. Remember, with any names, the I is the surname. So we're looking for the surname beginning with I here. Count Sheep 222, rip. Absolutely. Do need to rip this one off. Nana Hobber, big rip. Yeah. In the same way of certain cultures, when they learn of somebody, I believe it's Jewish cultures, but like proper Jewish, when they are told of somebody who has passed away, a family member perhaps, they have to rip a piece of their clothing, which, makes sense, and it's a lovely gesture, but you do wonder if that person that you are honouring was a big fashion person. Is that more of an insult? It's difficult. Maybe it's worth looking at it on a case by case basis. Question number 3. In which Christopher Nolan film does Al Pacino travel to Alaska? What's your Christopher Nolan knowledge? AOL Time Warner Official going with EP names. Now, we don't officially do EP names for I Am Smart, but I'm never one to turn to look a gift horse in the mouth and turn down a fantastic suggestion. And proper Jewish is certainly worth it. If you do want to follow AOL Time Warner's wonderful example here, an EP name for an I Am Smart does tend to be a lot shorter. 2 words, I think, is perfect. 1 or 2 words, absolutely fabulous. Proper Jewish. Excellent. Underrated movies, says Counting Sheep 222. Very, very confident they know the answer. And I like that. It's an assurance. Question number 4. Which British heavy metal band's album covers always feature their mascot, known as Eddie the Head? As far as I'm aware, not a head teacher. Certainly not just a head. There is a torso and limbs. Head boy. I don't know what it is. OMG, I know one finally, says Monkey Pixie Funk. Happy birthday, pal. Happy birthday. 5-0. Great job. Remember, begins with I. And final question of the round, question number 5. In which poem, which is the fancy way of pronouncing poem, if you want to just add a little bit of legitimacy to something that you're saying, if you want people to think, well, this person's a bit fancy, don't say poem. Try and just meld them into a single syllable. Poem. Poem. In which poem does Rudyard Kipling teach the reader how to be a man, my son? Might seem a little bit weird, but I can reveal that they are the last 5 words of the whole poem. Be a man, my son. So it's actually quite a clever question. In which poem does Rudyard Kipling teach the reader how to be a man, my son? Again, beginning with I. Those are all the questions that we've got for this round. Is that the round over? Absolutely not, because of course we need, that's an M made of 3 fingers pointing south. We need a musing. The musing for alphabet, of course, we like to, the musing answers, we like to make them correspond to the letter as well. And when it comes to I, there's only one area that we can go for. Invent a new Apple product that Apple haven't even considered yet. iPhone, iPod, iMac, something else? What haven't Apple considered yet? And you think that is a grave oversight. A new Apple product. It will be designed fabulously. It won't allow you inside to alter things inside it. And my God, it'll be marketed in a way that just makes you say, wow, I gotta have it. You say, well, yeah, you do have the previous version of it. No, yeah, but this one's titanium. You say, well, how's that going to benefit you? Have you ever owned a version of this in the past and thought, well, it's good. It's not titanium, though. No, but it's only $600. Poems, Al Pacino, and heavy metal, a very cultured round. I like to think a lot of my rounds are pretty cultured there, Nana, and this one, no exception. Let's head back to Maine. Oh, the celebration. There's always something that I forget, isn't there? We're not doing that again. No, we're not doing that again. Computer, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Thank you. Computers love to have a little bit of a celebration, don't they? They absolutely, absolutely love it. So that's round 1 done. That's round one, nice and this is going to be a very cultured round, a very cultured quiz, actually, Nana. You bring up a good point. There's nothing about so-called low art. Obviously, I don't accept that kind of thing. Quiz shows, professional wrestling, bum fights. It's all part of the same oeuvre as opera and theatre. Sorry, what did you say? Opera and what? Red herring, guys. Ready herring. Here we go. Sometimes when creating, it's best to start at the end and work backwards. James Cameron knew he wanted to finish the story of Titanic by showing it crashing and sinking. But how to begin it? How to begin that story? Simple. Boob drawing and Irish dancing. That's $1 billion idea. In this round, we're going to start with the answers, and then I'm going to give you the questions, but which question goes with which answer? This, my good friends, is red herring. And let's just get some information in the chat for you if you are struggling. So we've got a topic here. Red herring. I'm going to give you 6 answers to 5 questions. If you work out what the red herring is, you're part of the way to matching up those answers to the questions. The topic is sticking with our cultured view. It's a shame that we don't see, I don't see Supernashwan 8 in the chat, because as we have learned in the previous week, Supernashwan 8, a little bit of this, cultured, yeah? Monocle, perhaps. Top hat and tails, yeah? It's after 6. Why wouldn't you wear a top hat and tails? This isn't a flea market, for God's sake. Just goes to show you should watch every week, because sometimes, you might get the perfect round for you. The topic this week in Red Herring, 20th century American theatre. And I'm catering to you, whichever side of the Atlantic Ocean you find yourself on. Oh, I'm in the chat. I was just busy enjoying a martini. Classic Supernashwan 8. Classic Supernashwan 8. A martini and after 8, perhaps. Is that what the 8 comes from in your name, Supernashwan 8? Oh, gosh. Well, I'm glad you're here, because you're going to be all over this, like a very expensive rug. Oh, all-purpose X. Hello, sorry for bothering you. Absolutely fine. I want to offer promotion of your channel. No, thank you. The price is lower than any competitor. I don't care. All-purpose X. I don't care. Pin this message. Click to reply. No. What do I do? I never know how to... How do I get rid of this? Oh, it's a click on the name. Let's time out. Let's time them out for however long. That ER is like a red cape to a bull. Be gone, bot. Thank you, Nana. Red cape to a bull. Well, it's you've got to accept it. Americans, when they see theatre, when they see centre, the idea of an R and an E, madness to them. Except it isn't when it comes to, I believe, an actual theatre. What is it? Or is it the concept of theatre is still spelt R-E? I don't know. They're crazy people, and they've got a lot of money, so let's be friends with them. Let's go for these answers then. Let's get them in random order. Angels in America. Death of a Salesman. The Glass Menagerie. A Long Day's Journey into Night. Fences. And the final one is Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? You want to talk about culture, Nana Hobbob? I've got a 6-pack of culture right here, although it wouldn't be a 6-pack, of course. That is beer. That is what poor people drink. So this would be a... Wowzers. Cameraman George. Am I paying you too much, Cameraman George? That you've got enough money to give a sub to Gamer Hall? I mean, thank you. Thank you, George. That's lovely to get a little bit back, I would say. Obviously, it's wonderful that this is benefiting Gamer Hall, but in future, if you just did want to give me $5 in person, over breakfast, perhaps, then that means that Twitch doesn't take their little bit out of it. But that's, I think it's your card on file. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoy it, Gamer Hall. Gamer Hall's not even in the chat. Let's get some questions, shall we? We're going to go through these first quickly and the second time slowly. Not quite the gift you thought it was. Absolutely not. George seems to have, I believe the phrase is, gone into business for himself. It's a shame. All of these are about the playwrights. Which play was written by Arthur Miller? One of these was. Which play was written by Tennessee Williams? Which play was written by Tony Kushner? Which play was written by Edward Albee? And which play was written by Eugene O'Neill? So those are your questions. Let's go back through them. Take a little bit more time with them. That's, you know, what's coming now. You can start to slot them in. Which play was written by Arthur Miller? One of these, written by Arthur Miller. Gamer Hall is unavoidably detained with urgent Agatha Christie matters. Murder? Gamer Hall has to settle a murder? My goodness. I thought that whatever she was doing, she would not be having as much fun as she would be if she was watching this quiz. But that's tough to beat, isn't it? Solving a murder. A closed-door murder. A locked room murder. My goodness. With a lot of socialites. Well, give her all our best. I'm sure everybody would agree that we hope that Gamer solves the murder. In a timely fashion, and is really able to kind of draw it out and thus raise the kind of tension, especially with the murderer, the ultimate murderer, and I hope that they get led off by a policeman. That would be nice. Good luck, Gamer. Gosh. It's a mucky job, but somebody's got to do it. Hello all, the murder has been solved. Okay, well that's... Blood on the hands, was it? They'd printed their name on the handle of the murder knife, perhaps. Property of Gary. You think, Gary, this is probably yours. But then it could be, oh, what if it was somebody else who wanted to frame Gary? I don't want to tell you how to do your own mystery. You've already done it, and that's great. Number 2. Which one of these plays was written by Tennessee Williams? Tennessee. Thank you so much, Cameraman George. Well, yeah. You can also thank me if you want, because as Cameraman George ably points out, it is my card on file. So, well, no, ultimately, do thank Cameraman George, because, of course, this will be taken from his wages. Which of these plays was written by Tony Kushner? Tony. Which one's a Tony play? A Tony Kushner play. Angels in America, Death of a Salesman, Fences, The Glass Menagerie, Long Day's Journey into Night, and Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. As ever, these are alphabetical, so as to not give you any clues. Which play was written by Edward Albee? It's one of them. That's all I can say. It's definitely one of them. I've given you the answer here. The answer is literally staring at you in the face. I can do no more. Finally, which play was written by the late great Eugene O'Neill? These are your questions. These are your answers. If anybody plays a red herring round by writing down the questions and writing down the answers and then perhaps using a crayon to connect the two, please let me know, because that would bring me a great deal of joy. Let's get rid of these answers. Let's get rid of these answers in as random a fashion as I can muster. Lovely. We need a musing, of course. Of course we need a musing. How could we leave this without a musing? Here we go. Pitch a play, please, that would be incredibly difficult to stage. I will say, very recently, I went to see the Broadway production of Back to the Future. You want to talk about a play that is incredibly difficult to stage? That is the third act, or the big crescendo, is based upon a car driving around a town square and a lightning bolt, somebody climbing up the side of a building. I mean, the work that they put into that play, absolutely incredible. So a play that would be incredibly difficult to stage does not necessarily mean a play that would be impossible to stage. But let's really test. Say it's the people who did the Back to the Future thing. They're feeling pretty smug after Back to the Future. They're like, there's nothing that you can throw at us that we couldn't sort out a way to do. I want you to say, oh yeah, with maybe an arched eyebrow, and slap a manuscript on the table in front of them. And then as they read, they're like sweating. Like, oh my God, how do you possibly expect us to... Oh my God. One of the characters is a manticore, whatever it might be. That's what I'm looking for. I don't want to tell you why it would be incredibly difficult to stage. Again, use your imagination, yeah? Dip into that imaginosphere. Have a little paddle around. See what comes up. Let's go back to Maine. My goodness. 2/3 of the way through. 20-5. We're doing well, guys. We're doing well. I'm pleased for us and pleased about us. 37 minutes in. Yeah, we're doing this. We've got plenty of time, baby. We got plenty of time. One more round to go, guys. And it is by special order of last episodes, of episode 78's high point scorer, definitely not Duda. I want you to give me 5. Give me 5. Let's get some instructions in the chat. AOL Time Warner official. You know how much that makes me happy. You know how much that thrills me. Oh, energized by AOL Time Warner official. Lovely, lovely stuff. Thank you so much. Guys, sometimes art is lazy. Doesn't make it not good, but it is lazy. That's absolutely fine. Is Jerry Seinfeld lazy because he wrote the character of Seinfeld in the sitcom Seinfeld to be indistinguishable from himself, who is named Seinfeld? Well, if he did, how come he got acting awards for it? I'm going to ask you one question, and I'm going to expect 5 answers. That's how it works. The question here, very simply, guys. Give me 5 feature-length films directed by Wes Anderson. That's all I want. 5 feature-length films directed by Wes Anderson. I'm going to give you a few moments for that. I'm going to give you a little beat. I'm going to give you a little beat on my phone, just to aid your quiz digestion. That doesn't really sound right, but it is right. So what does that mean? Let's have a look. All of these are premium things, and I don't really want to pay for them. That one wasn't, was it? No. This isn't going well. This isn't going well. I'm seeing an advert for UPS. That's... Get a bit of bass. I'm looking for films directed by Mr. Wes Anderson. I'm looking for films that he has worked on. We're looking for films probably featuring Owen Wilson. We're looking for films that Owen Wilson's brother Luke worked on. Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson. A lot of the scenes will be perfectly symmetrical. A lot of the films will be about people going hysterical. A lot of them have lots of very famous people getting paid not much. A lot of the films we all enjoy very much. Wes Anderson. 3, 2, 1, end. Okay, that's enough time. Oh, nope, no. Shush, advert. 2, 1. Okay, now we can close. Cat and sheep, I might be able to name them all in chronological order. I mean, that sounds to me, Cat and Sheep 222, very much like somebody is looking for a few croc points, and I am more than happy to give them to you. I will say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 11 to choose from here. Cat and Sheep 222. If you are, so I'd like you to write them down. I will go through them in chronological order when we go through the answers. And if you did get it, then please let me know. I would love to bestow upon you, unto you, some croc points. We need a musing as well, though. Nice and simple. Nice and open-ended, really. If you were cast in a Wes Anderson film, what role would you ideally like to take? Describe the role that you would be cast as in a Wes Anderson film. Please let me know. Very impressive. That's worth more than croc points, surely. What do you want from me, TB? What more do I have to give? I don't know what I have to give, TB. Can you suggest a more elaborate gift? I mean, we can do a celebration when we go back to Maine with the confetti and stuff for Cat and Sheep. Would that suffice, TB? You can give me a name. You can give me a role. You can give me a profession, maybe. You can give me ideas about costume, whatever you like, whatever particular part they play in the film. Let me know. I was thinking actual points, but maybe a dance party would work. Okay, yeah, maybe we'll do a dance party. I mean, we could do this. I tell you what, if you get it, Cat and Sheep, and I'm going to really ask you to be honest with this, if you get all 11 films... Okay, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, okay, that's good. If you get all 11 films in chronological order, then you can choose either a 16-second chill dance party, a What is Art, or a Finding Jesus. And you let me know what you want, and I'll give you that for free. How about that? How about that? I can be no fairer than that. Let's go back to Maine. Whilst other people suggest gifts that I can give. That's nice of you guys. That's nice of you. Those are all the questions and musings that we have, bar one, which means that you do get a little bit of art now. Fans of me on the socials, and if you're not a fan of me on the socials, I would question what you're doing with yourself. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. That could be updated actually, because YouTube I do have a. It's annoying. You do have the URL. I was going for 100 subscribers so I could get a custom URL. So it could just be youtube.com/ I think channel / iamnotme iamart. Keep that yeah. But then they changed the rules. I was getting so close, but then they changed the rules. So now pretty much anybody can get its channel / iamnotme iamart. So anyway. Will know that I'm trying to name my dog. I'm trying to name new dog. But I want to give people an opportunity to get to know him a little bit as we go along. And so people have been asking me questions, and I've been answering these questions to allow people a little bit of information in order to better make their name suggestions. And I just wanted to share one of them with you, just as a little reward, I guess, for getting through the quiz so far. So let's have that right now. New dog largely eats dog food, as he's doing at the moment. He has been known to eat human food, e.g. quavers, but if so, he likes to stick to grains, meats, and cheeses, which I, at the time, was going to criticize him for, but then I thought, maybe he's on Atkins.
Thank you for your question. We can't hear your suggestion.
There we go. So a little bit of information there for all the boys and girls. He's not one for vegetables, is basically what I'm saying. Jesus will go for a love new dog. That's great, definitely. I'm glad that he's making a positive impression on you. Probably on Atkins. He does look like he's in good shape. He's lean. My God, he's lean. There's not a lot of fat on him. He's a lean guy. Much in the way of Bruce Lee. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, Jesus will go mad for a bit of bell pepper. Yeah, he'll go mad for a cucumber. Get some of that freshness in him. New dog, not so much. Sticks to your grains, your dairy, your meats, and absolutely, if he is on Atkins, whatever he's doing, it's working. My goodness. Do we want some answers? Yeah, I think we want some answers, don't we? We started off with an alphabet. And we had a great time doing it. So let's. Where is alphabet now? Let's get to it. Alphabet. Here we go. Lovely, lovely stuff. So. The musing, of course, invent a new Apple product that Apple haven't even considered yet. They have got people working around the clock thinking, hey, what do we call the next must-have? What's the next must-have Apple product? They just don't know, but I want you to get it in the chat, guys. I want you to get it in the chat. Let me know an Apple product that Apple haven't even considered yet, the dum-dums. Nah, that's unfair. They'll find people who make great products. Question number 1. Monet, Manet, Sisley, Renoir, and Degas are some of the most famous practitioners of which 19th century painting movement? It is probably the most famous painting movement of all time, I would say. Other painting movements wish they had this level of virality. It is, of course, Impressionism, where you paint something that doesn't necessarily look exactly like the thing that you're painting, but it just gives a little impression. Yeah, that's basically what they're doing. Well done if you got that one right. Number 2. What's the real name, or what was the real name, of TV's The Crocodile Hunter? Lovely chap, full of energy. Loved those short shorts. It was, of course, Steve Irwin. Loved showing off those thighs, and why not? They were toned, bronzed, Australian, and certainly had their fair share of animal scratches on them. So they're probably quite tough as well. Probably quite tough, like a good overcooked piece of beef. Steve Irwin there, The Crocodile Hunter. Question number 3. In which Christopher Nolan film does Al Pacino travel to Alaska? Some of you may have seen Christopher Nolan and thought, Inception. That's a Christopher Nolan film. You might have thought, Interstellar. That's a Christopher Nolan film. You would be wrong, unfortunately. It is early doors for him. Insomnia. Insomnia. It's a wonderful, wonderful film with Al Pacino and Mr. Robin Williams as a not particularly nice guy, I will say, but very, very compelling indeed. Question number 4. Does it have Hilary Swank in it as well? Maybe it has Hilary Swank in it as well. So great pedigree there. I mean, Nolan always gets incredible actors. Which British heavy metal band's album covers always feature their mascot known as Eddie the Head? It was, of course, Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden, named after Margaret Thatcher, I believe. I think I heard that. And question number 5. In which poem does Rudyard Kipling, author of The Jungle Book, teach the reader how to be a man, my son? Very simply, if. Is it if you can fill an hour with 60 minutes of life lived? Oh, very rousing indeed. Rousing. It's a word that starts with an R. The music. So 1 point for any of those that you got right, and well done if you did get some of them right. Some of them are quite tricky. But invent a new Apple product that Apple haven't even considered yet. Let's see what you geniuses have come up with. Oh, Counting Sheep 222 straight off, going complimentary to me, which is always a good angle. The I Am SmART, a new live streaming service, but it was dropped due to tough competition. Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough. Oh my God, can you imagine? Me being in charge of a live stream service. So yeah, you get the livetainment. You get the livetainment that I'm producing. You get the I Am SmARTs. You get the art right nows. I mean, if I was doing this full time, my God, who knows what other shows I'd be able to come up with. You'd have maybe an hour a day. Could that even happen? An hour a day? Well, I would have underlings to do some of the grunt work that I have to do week by week. I could just write these questions, and then it'd be somebody else's job to type them into Streamlabs and adjust the positionings so it's all, what a dream that would be. Maybe there would be some kind of musical thing. Maybe there would be some kind of animated thing. Maybe I would actually just say, do you know what? Yeah, I'll do some games. I'll do some gaming. Sure, why not? Lovely stuff. It would be powerful. TB Douglas goes with an eye mirror. Lovely stuff. A mirror that knows what clothes, shoes, and accessories you have, as well as your appointments for that day, looks at your vibe plus the weather forecast, and virtually dresses you, making clothing selection easy when you're groggy in the morning. TB, that's an outstanding idea. That is an outstanding idea. It's taking into... Because ultimately, as many of us have pointed out, weather forecast, it's going to be this temperature, it's going to be this. Ultimately, the TB is going with the practicalities of this. All I want from you, weather forecast, is should I wear a light jacket? Should I take an umbrella? And what kind of footwear is going to be responsible for this kind of weather? That's all I'm after. And so you'd be able to maybe swipe through different outfits, or you'd be able to dial up, if, I'm going to a meeting, formal. work appropriate, nice and okay, yeah, buttoned up, and here we go. Oh, but the meeting is with somebody that I find very attractive, and I'm looking to kind of take the relationship to the next level, much in the same way as Laura Linney in Love Actually. You say, right, okay, let's dial it up. Let's get a little bit more risque. Yeah, let's drop a couple of buttons there. Let's pop that skirt a little bit higher, whatever it might be. Whatever it might be. If it's for a chat, maybe tighter trousers. Ladies love some buns, yeah? That's excellent, TB. That's really, really good. Especially when you're groggy in the morning. You say, what am I wearing? Here you go. Wonderful. Nana Hobob, iResponsible, a financial advisory service that automatically buys Apple stock and devices for you. So you don't even need to think about it. You don't even need to think about it. You see an advert on the TV for the latest iPhone. You think, oh God, I should buy that. And then the little thing comes up, say, don't worry, we've bought it already. We've bought it already. How much was it? You don't need to worry about it. You really don't need to worry about it. You've got it, yeah? People are going to like you, yeah? That's all you need to worry about. You've got the latest Apple products. People are going to look at you and say, this is a bellwether. This is somebody, this is a vanguard. This is somebody at the absolute cutting edge of Apple technology. Yes, they deserve a raise. I think that's how it works. That's nice, Nana. AOL Time Warner official, iMobile or iMobile? Alabama, perhaps? I don't know. A home chef robot. Lovely. That prepares your favorite decadent foods and delivers them to you while you sit on the couch. I mean, a home chef robot is the stuff of dreams, isn't it? Oh my God, imagine that. Imagine that. You say, hey, what do you want today? And you'd say, I don't know what's in the fridge, and it would know what's in the fridge, and it'd be able to suggest things based on that. Or it would say, what do you want tomorrow? I'll order it. It'll get delivered by Apple. And then we can make whatever you want. And you say, burgers! Give me a burger! With some Gruyere cheese. Yeah, because you're a bit fancy. I mean, if you've got your own robot butler chef, you're not doing too bad with the shekels, yeah? Lovely stuff. iDolls, guaranteed not to become haunted. That's such a weight off, isn't it? Buying some beautiful dolls and just having that peace of mind to say, at no point am I going to wake up and it's going to be standing on my pillow staring at me. Oh, how much do you pay for peace of mind? Probably quite a lot because it's Apple, but it would be designed so well. Very sleek. Yeah, very sleek. Lovely stuff, definitely. Streamlabs. Oh, no, that's a different thing. SJPEX72 wants an eye dryer. An eye dryer, hair dryer that automatically knows what style suits you, so you're always looking your best. That's nice as well. So it's kind of reading your scalp as it's going along and saying, do you know what? You need a little bit more zhuzh, a little bit more volume, or you need to be a little bit more flat because your head is already quite large and we really don't want to exacerbate things. That's great. That's lovely stuff. And eye trainers from Monkey Pixie Funk, they do the running for you whilst you kick back on the sofa and eat nachos. That's great, Monkey Pixie Funk. You could question if you're just not go, because at first I was thinking, oh, these are trainers that you can kind of be asleep, much in the way of the wrong trousers from Wallace and Gromit. This is just a pair of shoes that are going to go running for you, and you don't even need to be awake, but you still get the health benefits. But yours thing is these are just out there running on their own, which is, I mean, it's powerful. It's a powerful, but then we just have a world of shoes running on their own. Might need a little bit more in the brainstorming stage there, Monkey Pixie Funk. But I appreciate where you're coming from. Yeah. And then Super Nashman, the iFridge auto selection of food based on use by dates and flavor combos. That's nice as well. A little alert saying, hey, your potatoes are growing those weird little gross little bits out of them. You want me to use them? You want to have some chips tonight, buddy? You want to have some homemade wedges? You say, yes, please. Thank you very much. It's right in the back. Hey, this mixed berry the summer fruits yogurt is, I mean, it's honestly last legs. You leave it another week and this might just explode. So I can't necessarily recommend that you eat it. But if you're the type of person with a fairly robust constitution and an unwillingness to waste food, I'd grab a spoon right now. I would grab a spoon right now. Fabulous, fabulous ideas, one and all. Points all round, guys. Points all round. Excellent, excellent stuff. What do we have next? Red herring, of course. We kept it classy. Oh my goodness, we kept it classy. Picture play that would be incredibly difficult to stage. Give me as much or as little information as you wish. But just get it in the chat, guys. Get it in the chat and we'll go through them in just a few moments. Let's get these answers back up. Is that all of them? No, there's one not there. Which one isn't there? No, they're both in. Fences. There we go. Okay. Question number 1. Which of these plays was written by Arthur Miller? Was, of course, Death of a Salesman. Death of a Salesman. Well done if you got that one correct. The more of these that you get correct, the more classy, I think you can describe yourself as. Which play was written by Tennessee Williams? You're the only 10 I see. William. No, I couldn't think of anything for that. That is The Glass Menagerie. Lots of glass animals, I assume. I haven't seen the play. I assume lots of glass animals. And hopefully some lovely refraction going on in that play, I would hope. If not, you'd think, well, Tennessee has maybe missed a trick there. Number 3, which play was written by Tony Kushner? The Cushman, as he may or may not be known by his friends. It is Angels in America. Angels in America. Well done if you got that one right. Because Tony Kushner doesn't necessarily have the name value of some of the other people in this round. Question number 4. Which play was written by Edward Albee? Fences, Long Day's Journey into Night, or Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? It was Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Well done if you got that one right. I mean, these are all quite tricky, but I did give you the answers. So, and Eugene O'Neill. Did Eugene write Fences or did Eugene write Long Day's Journey into Night? Well, I can reveal to you exclusively that Eugene O'Neill wrote Long Day's Journey into Night, which means that Fences was our red herring. Fences was our red herring. You don't get any extra points for that because if you did get all the questions right, then that's just kind of by default. But if you knew that this was written by August Wilson, and if you knew that, then you know, right, I'm taking Fences off the board, and it makes the rest of it a little bit easier for you. So well done if you got those ones right. Some of them pretty tricky, I think, depending on how classy you are. Let's have a little look-see at some of these musings. Picture play that would be, incredibly difficult to stage. Definitely not do to straight in with Die Hard the musical. Yeah, that would be tricky. There's a lot of locations. A lot of locations there. Obviously, you know, you've got the terrorists, you know, with the hostages. That can be one kind of spot. But McClane is going all over the place in that. There's also obviously jumping off the top of the building. There's gunfire, which generally looks a little bit ropey in plays. So it'd be incumbent upon you to try and make sure that that was really firing on all cylinders. Bloody feet would be quite difficult to do. And then, of course, you've got Reginald Vell Johnson outside. How is that being... And how do you get that scale? How do you get that real sense of like, this is very high up? Okay, this is very high up. Yeah, very, very tricky. I certainly wouldn't want to do it, I'll tell you that much. Nana Hobbob, The Matrix on Ice. So not only are you adapting The Matrix, a science fiction film with incredible sets and variation in where they're traveling, but you're also popping it on ice. I'm not sure how you're going to get just from a straight off, my first concern, bullet time on ice. Bullet time on ice seems like it would be a concept that would be very, very tricky to pull off. And I respect that. The incredible lobby scene where they're all firing the guns and jumping. How are they going to do that with all the, the pillars all exploding on ice as well? A lot of flipping around. A lot of very, very. I think for me, one of the big issues with mounting a staged adaptation of The Matrix on ice would be that the very, very tight outfits and costumes that the people will be wearing wouldn't leave a lot of space for the knee pads that I assume a lot of ice performers would have to avail themselves of. So yeah, that's just one of many, many issues with adapting The Matrix on ice. Great shout, Nana. Lars von Trier's Antichrist on ice. Again, a lot of people going for ice. Antichrist, certainly. There's not as many logistical issues with that. It is, as I understand, a little bit more localized. Not as much action, certainly, but there's some stuff there. And I'm not going to go into any more detail than that, but there's some stuff in that film that's really going to give people some trouble, both in the production team and in the audience and the actors. We'll leave it there. Super Nash 18, a play about the Le Mans 24-hour race. Difficult from a timing and staging perspective. Yeah, that would be very, very tricky, because ultimately it's people sitting in a car. How do you make that resonate? How do you make that really pop on stage? Very, very tricky indeed. Would we have to go internal to somehow display what the drivers are thinking, what they're going through, the emotions? 24 hours. I mean, if you are looking to stage a 24-hour play as well, it's happened. People have done it in the past, but very, very tricky. But maybe that's the only way that you can really convey how flippin' long this race is. We're going to do it, even if you do it half time, it's twice as fast as it normally is. It's 12 hours. People coming out of that Harry Potter play thinking, God, that was quite long. You haven't seen nothing yet. How about Ford versus Ferrari, yeah? Stage adaptation of Jaws, says SJ Beck 72. Sticking with the water, but not frozen this time. Just going pure water. Very, very tricky, because that's a big shark. I mean, the boat, fair enough. Again, that's quite a small, quite a minimal set from that perspective. But there's a shark going around somewhere there, guys, and it's going to be very, very tricky to do that in a way that it is convincing. And there's a huge explosion at the end. So, yeah, very, very tricky. Okay, there's a lot going on here with Monkey Pixie Funk. Godzilla versus Kong on ice. Again, we're going on ice. Very, very tricky. It's incredible that on stage, I personally wouldn't even consider the idea that Disney on Ice, say, would be a stage production. I suppose it is. That's me looking at the world too small. But you guys are all saying, hey, ice productions are as much a theatrical production as any Back to the Future or The Piano Lesson. I don't know. Any number of plays. Godzilla vs. Kong on ice, very difficult. Again, it's a scale issue. We can have our humans, we can have our Godzilla and our Kong, but how do you really demonstrate that they are, I mean, really very different sizes? Very, very different sizes. It would be a play of two parts. Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, says AOL Time Warner official. Very, very tricky, as has been proven by the production of Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. A lot of injured people. Lot of injuries there. Oh, Battleship Potemkin, the musical on ice. Adding in the musical aspect of Battleship Potemkin as well, a film about, I believe, the Russian Revolution. Very, very long, again, very involved, but also make it a musical, but also put it on ice. A lot of Russian peasants on ice. That's a recipe for disaster. T.B. Douglas, Marley and Me type of play. You need a dog, but it would have to be perfectly trained to be naughty at the right times. Yeah, that's tricky. So maybe you would have to go with a human actor in a costume, and then you've really got to make sure that costume is on and popping. And it makes it tricky because, of course, Marley, they have Marley from a puppy. How do you get a human to play a puppy version of the dog? And then when it's an adult playing a version of the dog, then that's maybe too big. It's any. You're absolutely right, TB. Any animal-based story. I mean, we only need to go back to the other week when we had the Haikus Day. Your Anchormans with Baxter, your Marley and Me's, your Airbuds. Very, very tricky to adapt to a stage venue. I certainly wouldn't want to do it. An AOL Time Warner official, Amelia Earhart's Last Ride. Not sure it'd be difficult to stage, but I'm just picturing a play that is 3 hours of a woman in a plane alone in relative silence and more difficult to sit through, perhaps. Yeah, it could be tricky. You do get these one-person plays. It's just somebody talking, and sometimes they can be very, very powerful. Wow! Very, very powerful indeed. But if she's limited to just keeping her hands on the steering wheel, control column, I don't know my aviation equipment, but and also in that kind of Titanic way, it's only ending one way. So yeah, you've got that kind of sense of dread hanging over you with the planes and everything. Gosh, it's actually been quite a depressing round, but that's to your credit, guys. You've absolutely smashed it. Points all round. And then let's go finally, le finalement. Let's go to Gimme 5. And this one's going to be nice and easy. The Musing. If you were casting a Wes Anderson film, which role would you ideally like to take? Get it in the chat, guys. Just get it in the chat. That's all I need from you. The question was, Gimme 5 feature-length films directed by Wes Anderson. It's a lot riding on this for us all, but especially for Counting Sheep 222. Let's see how you've done. Bottle Rocket, Rushmore, The Royal Tenenbaums, The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, The Darjeeling Limited, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Moonrise Kingdom, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Isle of Dogs, The French Dispatch, and Asteroid City. Any 5 of those will get you 5 points. Any 6 of those will get you 5 points, but maybe some crock points. Any 3 of those, you're going to get 3 points, etc. Here's some non-feature length ones that he has done. Let's have a look. Film career, no. Filmography, there we go. He was producer on The Squid and the Whale, executive producer only on She's Funny That Way and Escapes short films. Bottle Rocket, which was a short film before he made it into a full-length film. Hotel Chevalier, which was attached to the Darjeeling Limited. Do You Like to Read and Cousin Ben Troop Screening, which were promotional shorts for Moonrise Kingdom. Castello Cavalcanti, which was commissioned by Prada. That was only a short film. And then he did a location featurette for Asteroid City. And then he did last year 4 short films based on stories by Roald Dahl. The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, The Swan, The Ratcatcher, and Poison. So any of those wonderful grabs by you, but they will not get you the points, I'm afraid. Let's have a little look. Let's have a little look what people have gone for. The mysterious neighbour across the street says definitely. I like that. There would be some curtain action. I think you'd be able to do that very well, definitely. A little bit of curtain action. A little bit sinister, a slightly sinister energy that your, punk rock sensibilities would ably allow you to do. A little bit of this, a little bit of this. I'm thinking glasses. I'm not sure why. The person maybe writing in their diary, the person across the street is staring at me again, and they look across, and then you close the curtains or something. It just gives that sense of menace that a lot of films need. I'm thinking maybe a secondary villain, maybe not a full antagonist, but maybe a secondary villain. Captain Sheep 222 says whichever requires the least amount of work but is used in every movie he makes. So kind of whatever Edward Norton does. Maybe that. I feel like he never really, when he's capable of so much, you feel like he's maybe popping it into third gear at best. Edward Norton just shows up, gets a fun costume to wear, gets some odd lines to say in a stilted way, and then heads back to live whatever fabulous life Edward Norton lives, complaining about stuff, whatever. So the Ed Norton role goes to Captain Sheep 222. Often authority figures because he is quite tall. And again, a sense of antagonism, but not necessarily the big bad. Just a kind of, something to get you through to the third act. Lovely, lovely. Oh, and Captain Sheep 222, I misspelled one. Damn. Oh, what did you misspell? What did you misspell? Zissou, perhaps? Darjeeling, perhaps? What could you have misspelled? Tenenbaums, perhaps? But the order is right. Well, I think if the order is right, Captain Sheep 222 misspelled 2 movies. I think if the order is right, I think you get it, and I think it's a round of applause for Captain Sheep. And you can choose, as I say, 16-second chill dance party, a Finding Jesus, or a What is Art? We have a What is Art. Yeah, we got a What was Art. Yeah, we got a What is Art. That's good. So let me know. Let me know what you think. Nana Hobbob got them all in the right order too. Good Lord, a lot of big Wes Anderson fans here, which means a lot of quirky people. Yeah. A lot of people wearing corduroy. Yeah, a lot of people wearing corduroy, listening to some old French songs. And some crazy facial hair. Well done, guys. The estranged relative, says Nana. A great uncle, perhaps, who comes in at the end to contest an inheritance claim because he is still alive. They didn't think you were still alive, Nana. They didn't think you were still alive because you would, at this point, be 112. But you've been able to live this long by having a very easy life. They say, oh, but uncle, great uncle, how did you manage to survive? And you've got some odd thing that you stuck to, carrot juice, or, I don't know, you sleep outside every night and the energy from the moon rejuvenates you. And whether that's true or not, it can have a kind of can have the same effect in a placebo kind of way. Lovely, lovely stuff. I buy it. AOL Time Warner Official, a local newspaper reporter. Yes, I'm thinking hat. I'm thinking big notepad, kind of like this, but even bigger. Like down here. Big pen, like pens behind both ears, that kind of thing. Shorts. I think we're going to see your knees in this one. AOL Time Warner Official. Maybe taking the role from Bob Balaban. Yeah, I mean, it's got Balaban written all over it, hasn't it? Yep. Quietly in the background, contributing a few key lines to keep the plot moving. That's good. Because then sometimes maybe someone's like disputing some things. He said such and such a thing. I never said that, blah, 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 blah. And then you're able to step forward. Well, actually, I can report that, yeah. And you think, oh, thank goodness you were there, Bob Balaban. AOL Time Warner Official. Really, really nice. I wrote French Connection and Atomic City. Bad mistakes. French Connection, French Dispatch. I mean, he certainly didn't direct one of the finest car chases of all time with Popeye Doyle in The French Connection. An Atomic City, Asteroid City. I mean, it is about aliens. I think we give it. I think we give it to you, Captain Sheep. I would play Owen Wilson in an ironic homage as a bandana-wearing PE teacher who is involved in an elaborate heist to get sneakers for impoverished students he teaches. I would be warm, friendly, and likable, and have a gammy leg. Monkey Pixie Funk. It's your birthday. We should be giving you gifts, not the other way round. That's lovely, lovely stuff. An Owen Wilson type role. Bandana-wearing PE teacher, yeah. Again, short shorts. Again, those legs are coming out in a crocodile hunter type way. Elaborate heist to get sneakers for impoverished students he teaches. Yeah, breaking into... I mean, I say breaking into Nike, but it would be a fictitious company. But the shoes would all be like old kind of Converse shoes, the kind of old Converse shoes that basketball players used to wear in the 60s. Yeah. And you'd end up with a big like sack over your shoulder. And I picture you on a roof and your friend silhouetted against the moon, carrying your sneakers for the children. And you get caught in the end, but the kids still get their sneakers, and so ultimately you're still happy. But you've got that gammy leg. So there's a distinct gait to you as well. Oh, very Wes. TB's going for the bad guy boss character. Good Lord. Gets a scene telling someone off or firing them, creating the impetus for change for the main character. That's good. That's good, TB. So what have we got? Who are you firing? Probably Jason Schwartzman. So you're firing Jason Schwartzman. Or do we go younger? Obviously Chalamet's already been in there. Little frail, little Timothy Chalamet. Who would be good? I mean, it's only a matter of time, I think, before Barry Keoghan is in a Wes Anderson film, right? He's got that kind of face. With all due respect to Barry Keoghan, it's an unusual face, and I think it would serve him very well in a Wes Anderson film. So you're firing Barry Keoghan from his job at the mortuary, maybe. So we're dealing with some dark themes, but in a very light way. And you don't think that Barry has got the drive to be an expert mortuarist like you are, TB. So I'm thinking very tightly buttoned up. I think the it's like a kind of, it's almost like an evil scientist thing, but it's not quite. And got some kind of unusual hair, very wavy hair, I think, with a wide, it goes out very asymmetrical, and it goes out quite far one way. But you give him something at the end. You give him something that seems a bit odd, but then it comes back in later. I think this is really good. That's captured my imagination, TB. That's really, really nice. Points all round, guys. Points all round. That was excellent. That was really, really enjoyable. Really, really enjoyable. Let's get back to main. So, Captain Sheep 222, you have your choice. I suppose, and Nana Hobbob, really. If you can agree on one, then let's just go ahead and do it. 16-second chill dance party, Finding Jesus, or what was the other one? What is art? What do we feel like? What do we fancy? What are we thinking? Whilst you're thinking, let's go to the minute to win it. Nana Hobbob should choose, says Captain Sheep 222. Very, very. Just paid for one. Nana just paid for one. I can't do it on this screen. We'll have to do it later, but I'm going to place that over my drink so that I do not forget it. And a 16-second chill dance party. My goodness, Nana. My goodness. So that means you get the Finding Jesus for free? Because otherwise it's not a gift. It's just you paying for goods and services and me delivering on that. Fine, Jesus. Okay. So we've got to rattle through this because we've got a busy old time. I don't even know where this is based, where this came from. I don't even know where this came from. What's on Notme's Lightbox? What is on Notme's Lightbox is something that I just thought, you know what? I don't think enough people know enough of these. I think this is a black spot in people's knowledge. Please and thank you. That kind of politeness is going to get you everywhere with me, Nana Hubbub. You're on. So, you guys have a minute. Let's start that countdown. To link with me and try and glean what African country I've written on my lightbox. What African country? It is one of the largest continents in the world, full of rich, vibrant cultures. A lot of them very hot, but there are cold bits as well, I've heard. I'm thinking of one of them. Can you read my mind, emote and empathize with me in order to get what's on the thing? Let's see what we've got. Straight in there with Zimbabwe, Chad, Kenya, Central African Republic, Guinea, Zimbabwe, Kenya, Chad, Ethiopia, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Ghana, Toto, Senegal, Madagascar, Democratic Republic of Congo, Burkina Faso, Congo, Malawi, Mali, Egypt, Nigeria, Ghana, Dr. Congo, Algeria, Namibia, Nigeria, Algeria, Tunisia, Lesotho, Morocco, Ivory Coast, DRC, Morocco, Nigeria, Ethiopia, Ivory Coast, Egypt, Algeria, Egypt, Chad, Ethiopia, Morocco, Lesotho, Botswana, Madagascar, Senegal, South Africa, Tunisia, Sudan, South Sudan, Chad, Sudan, Eritrea, lovely work, Maple Panda, South Chad, not quite, South Sudan, Algeria, Somalia, Liberia, Sudan, Ethiopia. We've had some of them, people going nuts for them. Like very, very keen. Make sure that there's an Ethiopia. I mean, it's excellent work, guys. It's absolutely excellent work. And the exciting thing is, somebody got it. Somebody got it. The country that I was trying to broadcast to you, Burkina Faso, which means SJ Beck 72. SJ Beck 72. Was that right? Yes. Burkina Faso and nobody else. 2 points. Extra 2 points for SJ Beck 72. And a thumbs up from me. Well done. That is art. Captain Sheep 222. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Excuse me, that's a little trump there. Let's head back to Maine because we've got a lot of work to do, guys. We've got a lot of work to do. That is a good shout, says AOL Time Warner official. Absolutely it is. Right, let's go. Here we go. Before we get to all those pesky scores. What have we got? Where is it? When you search around inside your mouth with your finger and you manage to find that errant hair, first try.
That is art.
When you don't have to, because sometimes when you've got a hair in your mouth, you're hanging around there for ages. Is that it? No. Is that it? No. Is that it? No. But sometimes you get that first try. Lovely, lovely stuff. Let us... What are we doing? Let us... thought I was really taking too long with that. But turns out it wasn't. I'm actually faster than I thought I was. Oh. It's also like a bonus dance party with the music. Yeah, feel free to dance. Feel free to dance. But when you have to dance, it's here. Ooh. Oh, my word, my goodness, my gracious. I think. So you now have, excuse me, all of the points that you could possibly have for this quiz. You ain't getting no more, let me tell you that. So while you get your scores in the chat, I want to remind you that in this quiz, you're only competing against yourself. There is no point threshold to being smart. If you have got all the questions right that you realistically could have been expected to get, then you are smart. Art doesn't become successful because of the opinions of others or the box office numbers, okay? Money. It becomes successful when you say, yeah, that's great. And if you think your performance today was great, then it was great. No two ways about it. And if you are watching this on YouTube, not live, do make sure you write down your score and your musing answers in the comments below. I would love to hear how you did. Let's see what we've got here. The hardest working host in live-tainment. That's what I strive to be. Because I get the creativity, yeah, that's a given. I produce that. Like lactic acid. Yeah, it's just happening. Hardest working, that's the one I can control. Yeah, that's the one I've got to strive towards. So if I'm giving you both of those, that's how you get this. Yeah. Monkey Pixie Funk 15. What an outstanding score for your birthday. Lovely stuff. 12 for Hobbob. Wonderful. 13 for AOL Time Warner Official. Lovely stuff. 14 for Definitely Not Tudor. That's a lovely score. 14 for Me Too. Well done, TB Douglas. 12 for Count Sheep 222. Excellent work. A 9 for Super Nash 18. That's lovely. A 14 for SJ Beck 72. Is that the highest score for you? SJ Beck 72? That feels nice and high. Lovely stuff. What's the stream like? If you pay for Amazon Prime, you can support... Oh, God, that's exciting. And SJ Beck 72, well done everybody, probably. Lovely stuff. But that does mean, very excitingly, that it is on their little bitty birthday, celebrating the big 5-0 with a big 1-5, it's Monkey Pixie Funk with the high point score. Excellent stuff. Round of applause for Monkey Pixie Funk. Let's get some emotes. Let's get some celebratory emotes going, because that'll lift the spirits, won't it? Look at that. Go me, says Monkey Pixie Funk. Yes. A happy, wonderful birthday to you, Monkey Pixie Funk. Very well deserved. TB dropping in the rarest of all, the Top Hat Jesus. Oh, we're going to need to get some New Dog emotes. Well, we need to get New Dog a name first, but yeah, here's the highest honor that I can bestow. Yeah, it's a little bit of Lucy. It's a little bit of Lucy. This is all for you, Monkey Pixie Funk. This is for Monkey Pixie Funk. Happy birthday to you. Counting sheep, shooting off emotes like an automatic machine gun. Lovely stuff. Wow, says SJ Beck 72, and I couldn't put it any better than that. Lovely stuff. Yeah, emotes are fun, Maple Panda. I agree. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. There is no quiz or live tainment next week. I will be taking a 2-week break. There are some personal projects that I would like to dedicate some time to, but that will benefit you later on down the line. So we're having a 2-week break from live tainment. I apologize, but I got you through January. Yeah, January is the tougher month. February, you've got that that promise of warmth to come. January's tough, so I've got you through January. February, you're kind of on your own. But I'll be back on the 18th for another quiz. I think we'll do another quiz because they're easier to prepare, and that will allow me to dedicate more time to my personal projects. Thank you so much, Maple Panda. We've made it through. You have only 3 more days of January. Easy as pie. Thank you so much, Monkey Pixie Funk. You are smart, definitely not Duda. I hope you all have a lovely 2 weeks, what we in the UK refer to as a fortnight. I hope you enjoy your break, and I will see you on the 18th for another opportunity. Same time, same place, twitch.tv/iamnotme, iamart, where you'll have another opportunity to improve your art and say to yourself, I am smart. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've had fun, and I hope you've learned a little something and felt creative all at the same time. Have a lovely 2 weeks, and I will see you on the 18th. Until then, Smarties/Nowbodies, God bless.
So there we go, and well done you, whatever your score might be. I definitely think that you are smart, though Rob's not as smart as me. Your art will be better, trust me on this, should be nothing short of sublime. That's why you learn, and don't stop now, I'll see you right here next time. I am smart.